welcome to the OnPar podcast. I'm your host, Drew DiAlberto, from the Amazing Winners Award Group showroom here in Coconut Creek, Florida. Thanks to the Chiera family for their sponsorship, and thanks to my guest today, Michelle Caba, a return guest.
For my second time.
Wonderful to have you back on OnPar.
So nice to be here.
Well, before we get into all of the new cool stuff that you're doing, how's your golf game?
I've improved so much.
And how?
All right, in the sense that I'm now hitting 150 to 170 yards.
Off the tee?
Off the tee.
All right.
I'm actually like best ball often.
Okay, in scrambles.
In scrambles.
All right.
And now I'm getting comfortable playing 18 holes.
So I want to ask you, because I came up with a new amateur scoring system that I just made up. And basically, you know, when you go out and play with your friends, or you said you're playing a lot for business.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This is your scoring. You know, you may not be playing, you know, against them, right? Because they have all different handicaps. Some people don't even have a handicap.
No.
Some people just want to be out there and have fun. And as long as they have a good attitude, people like you and I will invite them.
Right.
Because they're clients, they're friends, they're both. They're vendors, whatever.
It's all about the good vibe.
So amateur scoring system by Drew DiAlberto, just made up, first time ever on the OnPar podcast.
Okay.
This is the way I played the last few times, and I've shared it with some of my friends that are double-digit handicaps.
Okay.
And I said, look, if we get a bogey, we won that hole.
Okay.
Right? Because if you're playing your own ball and you are, you know, on the green in 3 instead of 2, and you 2-putt, I think that's a win.
I like that.
So it's me against golf, and I just want to win as many holes as I can.
Okay.
Because Rich told me when I was telling him, oh, yeah, I shot a 92, a 93, a 95, or whatever, he told me, what would you have shot if you didn't blow up on 3 of the holes?
Okay.
And get a 7 or an 8.
Okay.
And I said, wow, yeah, you're right. I'd be in the 80s. Like, I could be good. And he goes, so that was kind of one of the things that influenced me to make up my own new amateur scoring system. So go ahead, tell me.
And if you have Rich's blessing, then you're good.
Oh, I don't have Rich's blessing. I think I told him about it, but I don't know that he got excited about it. So I want to see, you know, how someone in my league, let's say, you know, if we're playing in a scramble, the most score you keep there for real is who had the best ball. If you want to have some fun,
right?
Me talking smack to my producer Kirsten, that's what's fun. Because the last time we played in the Girl Power Rocks tournament in Miami Beach, I hit 26 and he hit 22, I think.
Oh my goodness!
And then the other guys contributed as well, but it was me against Kirsten for sure. So go ahead. What do you think about my bogey or better? You win. If it's not, then golf beats you.
I think I'm going to implement that. And I think the women at Powerhouse will appreciate it.
And that's a perfect segue into Powerhouse.
Yes.
So last time you came here, we talked about LEGS, the Ladies Executive Golf Society. But now you've kind of moved on to Powerhouse.
I have.
So tell us about Powerhouse.
All righty. So Powerhouse is a community of high-achieving women that are leveraging golf for wealth building, deal making, and also claiming their place on the green.
Okay.
So when I was at LEGS, I just realized there were a lot of high achieving women that weren't returning because they really wanted to do business as well as learn how to play golf or find buddies to play golf with that were advanced.
Okay.
And so that format really didn't lend itself to that. So I decided to create my own community. But we're so different, like no other club is doing what we're doing because not only do we meet up monthly in person, but we also have recreated that whole community online. So I have an app that the ladies use.
All right.
We have chats that are handicap specific.
Okay.
So it lends itself to that advanced player and they can find other buddies within their handicap.
Okay.
But it also, since you started with speaking about handicaps, or at least you know how well you're playing, for those women that are just starting, it sort of helps them to get into that mindset from the beginning to like work towards getting that handicap. Because as you and I know, if you're going to play tournaments, you need to have a handicap. But you know, so that they can feel empowered with the game. We give them information on etiquettes on the green, you know, what they should be doing, information about the game overall so that they can feel empowered.
I got some men that I'd like to send to the etiquette on the green.
Please, we'll help them.
They need it. They need it. So.
And then aside from meeting up twice a month, once for a social, and then another time for a lesson or scramble, our LPGA top 50 instructor also films instruction for us online.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm able to add that to the app, and any of the ladies can walk around and, you know, either practice in their office, out on the field, you know, out on the course.
Yeah.
Some have shared it with their husbands, and their games have improved.
Okay. Yeah, I can't think about doing anything differently anymore. It's literally like, okay, I need my tempo to be right, and
Yes.
then I'm fine.
Yes.
So I talked about that with my buddy Joe Gross on a couple podcasts ago, and he is like the king of bad tempo. And so we came up with writing tempo on our gloves, and I do write tempo on my gloves.
That is so funny.
You know, that's the most important thing. Like, if you're not in the shot, who knows where it's going? It might go 6 feet in front of you,
right?
And it might go backwards. I've had a couple of, you know.
Oh, I've seen
if you
that.
top it bad enough,
gosh.
it can go the wrong
Can
direction.
I tell you? I was at Miami Shores Country Club playing with a potential strategic partner.
All right.
And this kid hit his driver, and the driver broke. And the head of the driver and the ball flew backwards and broke the window at Miami Shores Country Club. It was insane to watch.
Well, my 3-wood head is still in the alligator pits at Stream Song.
Oh, geez.
And it was on probably one of the best swings I had all day. But I missed. I hit the ball, and it felt like I hit it perfectly pure with the 3-wood off the tee, because it was a par 3, long par 3 into the wind. And the driver, the 3-wood rather, when it hit the ball, the shaft snapped.
Oh my gosh.
And the head went flying further than the ball, even though I felt like I hit it perfect. And it landed on top of a hill and rolled into an alligator swamp. And they make you play with a caddy there because there's no way you could read the greens. I had my back to the flag on a putt.
Oh, wow.
One time. And sure enough, the damn thing made a U-turn because the caddy told me it was going to make a U-turn. But the caddy looked back at me and goes, "You don't want that back." Like,
no,
oh, brother. I think I have it as a badge of honor in my office, the rest of the club that was still in my hand. So I'll show it to you after we're done.
That hasn't happened to me, and I haven't even introduced that to the ladies of Powerhouse because I think that would freak them out.
Well, I told my buddy Chris Burr, who you know, and he goes, "Listen, man, that's you're a real golfer now. That's a rite of passage."
It is.
That's why I kept the grip in the shaft. What's left of the club.
Yes.
And yeah.
I don't think I'm ready for that. I just upgraded my clubs after.
I cried a little.
Yeah, I would.
A tear came out.
How much was that club?
I don't want to talk about that. Let's not talk about my $300 3-wood.
All right.
So Powerhouse. So and you guys got really fast traction, just like you had when you started Legs.
Yeah.
So is it some of the people from Legs came with you, and then you built from there?
Yes.
Okay.
So some of the women did come over from Legs, and just, we support everybody, right? Anything that elevates women, and introduces women to the game, we support all clubs. So whether it's Legs, LPGA, women who golf, ladies who golf, that I want to make sure I drive that message because the game doesn't really, it's not warm to women. So
they weren't even allowed to play until the 50s, right?
Exactly. Like that, so. Exactly. So just the more of us that are creating communities and however we're doing it, we want to partner with you and we want to support you, right? Okay. But yeah, some of those ladies came over. I also I just started running monthly virtual informationals.
All right.
And I had my first one last Wednesday.
How'd it go?
Amazing. We had 32 registrants, 21 participants, and I got 6 members out of it. And we went national.
What are you doing on those that makes them so engaging? Because I hate virtual meetings. I'll be honest with you. I avoid a Zoom call and a Zoom meeting unless the person is more than an hour away. I'd rather do it in person. So what are you doing on those that's successful?
I think it's the messaging. I think it's the fact that women see themselves through my messaging. Okay. And also through my experiences. There are so many women out there just like me that was in corporate or still are in corporate, moved on to have their own businesses, have clients that have country clubs,
Yeah.
or, you're participating in supporting charities and their tournaments and felt intimidated, maybe looked the part, have the golf clothes
Yeah.
and the clubs, and just felt intimidated and just need this welcoming, warm environment where
and we talked about that phenomenon the last time you were
right.
on, which is, we agreed, and I think Michelle Hernandez and Sarah Filipowski was Brogley back then, but I think they all agreed is like, a lot of the ladies are the opposite of the men, where we're like, we don't need any practice. Who cares? We'll just go out there and make fools of ourselves, and a lot of guys that I know will just get wasted on the golf course, weed, cigars, drinks, all of the
Not
above.
the weed.
I can't do anything on a golf course, man. I think it's psychological, but the second alcohol touches my lips, forget it.
Ruins the game.
I wait for the 19th hole. That's where the business magic happens anyway. But let me ask you this. Have you used your newfound golf skills and your name in golf now, because you're creating a name for yourself, to break into the good old boys golf club? And if yes, how have you done it, or is that not even on your radar?
I think I always have, just because I came from an old boys club background from being on Wall Street for 20 years.
Okay.
So I already understood how to navigate through those waters. But I will say this, that when I'm out and just talking about my company, which is Fama Agency, nobody wants to have the discussion over the phone. They're immediately inviting me to their country club, or immediately want to set up a date for golf, like to play a round of golf. And I'm loving it. Like, no 2 work days look alike.
So I want to talk to you more about that, because my wife does not believe me when I tell her I'm playing golf 3 times this week, but it's with clients and a charity tournament that I did all their swag and awards and signage. Like, I really pretty much have to support these charities that are helping me, and I support more than that, but you can't do everything. But, I'll tell her, like, hey, Monday I got to play with these guys. Saturday I got people coming in from New York that I'm playing with that are, 2 of them are clients. The new one's definitely going to be a client by the end of golf. So selfishly, how do I explain to my wife that golf is business?
Don't even explain it to her. Have her come and join us at Powerhouse.
Okay.
Because when these ladies show up immediately, they're like, especially if we scramble, I heard this one woman say, oh my God, this is why my husband doesn't answer the phone. It's impossible for him to answer the phone when you're like keeping pace, right? To make sure the officials of the golf course don't come running after you.
I think it goes beyond that, Michelle. I believe that you need time away from your damn phone. I mean, I know you well enough to know you're on your phone, right? You're on social media all the time. You're calling people, you're fielding client calls, you're working on growing Powerhouse. You're on the phone all the time. And I'm on the phone all the time, but I have to unplug. And golf, one of the reasons I love golf that I didn't even realize I loved about golf until, 4 years in, is I don't touch my phone as often as I possibly cannot touch my phone on the golf course.
Yeah, because you're just enjoying, the game, like just the lessons you're learning about yourself, right? While you're playing. That alone, you need time to be like retrospective of that moment. But then in addition to that, you're like surrounded by nature and beautiful things. And no 2 golf courses look alike. So, and the animals you see on the golf course, like just the things that you're experiencing, you want to be present and in the moment. And I think that's why we all gravitate to golf, because we're probably such busy people.
Not for nothing, but this was the coldest, and I'll put air quotes on winter, but this was the coldest winter we've ever had in my lifetime. And I've lived mostly in Florida for, my whole childhood and most of my adult life. And I can't think of a cooler winter and better weather. I mean, we played
for golf. Oh my God, it was awesome.
We played on Sunday, and we were like just waxing poetic about how perfect the day was, because it was just beautiful out, and it was a terrible golf course, but that's besides the point. So I mean, it's a good design, but unfortunately in Broward County a lot of these courses are beat to shreds.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm lobbying on my other podcast for whoever's in charge to ban Canadians from golf courses.
Really?
Only because I can't get a tee time anywhere when they're here as snowbirds. So it's nothing against them being from Canada. It's against them traveling down here and taking up all the golf tee times.
Or how about giving like preferential tee times to Florida residents? I say we can do that.
I mean, let me book my tee times 2 weeks in advance, and then I'll book it 7 a.m. every time.
Right.
Oh,
my
700, please. Especially in the summer where it rains every day at 1:30.
Oh my gosh.
Which means if you tee off later than 8, you're screwed.
So true.
So I have a buddy that doesn't do mornings. He's a major night owl, and I
don't
joke,
like mornings either.
I can't play with you in the summer because if we schedule a tee time at noon, we're doomed.
I got the email this morning for Rich Rogers for Friday, and I'm already like mentally preparing myself to be up at 5 a.m. to get there by 7:30. But then once I'm there, I'm so happy to be there.
See, you're a night owl too.
I am.
Yeah, see, not me. I'm like Rich, morning person all the way. 5 a.m. I want to be teeing off by 8 at the latest.
What?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love a 2:00 tee time.
I mean, yes.
I just reserved one before getting here.
But then you're slogging around in the summer because your socks are wet.
Yeah, because it's hot. I know.
Well, no, because it rained.
And then it rains. Yeah, that's true.
So,
that too.
No, it's cool. I wish they would flip daylight savings time and it would stay later like October. You know,
Me too.
Stay light out till like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in October. But
that's something else to lobby on.
On Podcast Twins, we don't care. We'll tackle any topic. But so, what about your powerhouse ladies? Are they finding it easier to break into the Good Old Boys Club? I mean, I know you said you've always been in, but you have some success stories where they say, "Hey, look, I got this client because somebody introduced me to him by playing golf, and now it's one of my top 10 biggest clients."
To be honest, I think these ladies have all broken into that because these are all women that are pretty successful in their businesses and in their careers. I think what Powerhouse is doing for them is giving them that confidence to actually do more deals.
Okay.
And do deals the way men do deals, which is one of my mantras for Powerhouse. That's the difference. It's a different way of networking. Mm-hmm. Just this last Friday, I have a member that is a professional MC, mm-hmm. and she's a leadership coach.
Okay.
And so I had her do an activity where the women could get to know each other on a deeper level, and they absolutely loved it because now they knew like what deals these ladies wanted to make and how to filter business to them. And that's a huge message within Powerhouse. You and I know that when men are on the golf course, they truly ask boldly for what they want, right?
No.
Yes, they do. I've seen it.
Not for me. If someone's talking business while we're playing, I want to slap them.
Well, it's probably on the 19th hole.
Yeah.
But by then, you've gotten to know them. They've gotten to know you.
Yes.
That they're comfortable asking you boldly.
Yeah.
Like, hey, can you make this connect?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, because we don't even know what each other do for a living a lot of times at that point, right?
Exactly.
Like, hey, Drew, had a great time with you. What do you do when you're not on the golf course with us?
Exactly.
And then, then we ask them, or I ask them first, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's what you do? Shoot, I'm going to put you in touch with my director of marketing who orders all my stuff. She hates her vendor, and, I'm sure she'll come down for a tour of your showroom. And then they're like, oh, well, I'm a commercial painter, and I've got, a commercial pool company. Mm-hmm. I've got a pool builder in Miami. I can make those connections at that point. And sometimes we do it right at the table.
Exactly. But that's my point.
So is that a difference between the way men do it? And so how do women do it?
I think we're shy to ask.
Okay.
I think we don't want to appear like we need anything, that we can actually go and achieve it on our own. But we all know that together we get farther, right? Mm-hmm. So one of the mantras for Powerhouse is ask boldly and give generously.
I like that.
Right? Because that's what I've noticed that men do at the 19th hole.
At the 19th hole, yeah. Right? Yeah, because by the 5 hours have gone by, we know everything about the person's life, who their favorite teams are, what their kids like to do, what their wife does for a living, but never what they, nothing about what that, oh, you hit a good shot, nice job, let's go.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's what I tell them. You get, if you take the time to really elevate your game, now you have 4 hours with a client versus 4 minutes on a call. Totally different
or even an hour at lunch, or an hour at breakfast, or a 45-minute coffee. I mean, it's not, you can't compare the two.
You can't. And also you get to learn so many, like the person's values while they're playing, right? Like, are they like, do they have humility? Are they good humans, right? How do they deal with adversity?
Attitude is
exactly.
everything.
Attitude is everything. Yeah. So I love the game because it helps me eliminate the bad apples from life.
It's funny. One of the reasons we started this podcast in the first place was that was my mantra. I said, look, ever since I started playing golf, I was 36 when I started playing. I was a late bloomer, but I thought it was for fat old dudes back when I was a kid playing basketball and football and whatever else I was doing. And I wish I would have taken it up at 8.
I took it up during my divorce.
Okay.
I was better off hitting balls.
Well, it's funny. You can go one of two ways from my experience by divorce. You can either start drinking all the time,
which is not good for the kids,
or you can go to the gym all the time.
I did that and took up golf.
And took up golf on top of it. That's right. My aunt got divorced like 20 years before me because she's like 13 years older than me, mm-hmm. and she took a motorcycle class, and no one knew that. And when I got divorced, I took a motorcycle class. And I told her about it, and she's like, oh, that's what I did when I got divorced. I'm like, okay.
It's a rite of passage.
I guess so. You have to buy a Mercedes and get promoted or start your own business.
Or change a job. Or
either that or you just get, drink or do drugs. And I didn't,
nobody wants to do that.
Me, I didn't do that.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
It's not fun. I don't know how family law attorneys do that all day, every day.
I know, it's sad. It's really sad.
But they love it, though. Like, I know family law attorneys that love it. Anyway.
Yeah.
We didn't want to talk about divorce today. So.
We have quite a few lawyers in Powerhouse.
So Powerhouse is going well. You got FAMA?
FAMA Agency.
FAMA Agency. And then you got a charity golf tournament that you're really jacked up about. So why don't you tell me what's going on with that?
So we are co-chairing the South Florida Symphony Tournament, which is April 14th.
Okay.
All the information, all the details are on actually powerhousegolfsociety.com. It's a great charity. So South Florida Symphony has storefronts at Junior Achievement.
Okay.
And this is to raise funds to keep those storefronts.
Okay.
To really introduce children, minors in Broward to the arts.
So I'm going to tell you when I do 2 truths and a lie, I'm going to tell you one of the truths that I throw in that everyone always thinks is a lie.
Okay.
So when I lived in the Netherlands, I was in Vienna, Austria, when the Vienna Symphony, the most famous orchestra of all time, was there. And my buddy Matt says, we're in Vienna, the symphony is playing, we kind of have to go. So like 8 of us that were doing our study overseas program back in 2003 or so,
mm-hmm.
We went.
I did a study abroad.
So I actually saw the Vienna Symphony in Vienna.
That's awesome.
And I didn't fall asleep, so I'm not as uncultured swine as everybody thinks.
Look at that. Who would have known? Look what golf did.
Maybe I like
learned
golf,
something
guns,
new about
cooking, and the symphony. I'm diverse.
You are. I love it. And a lobbyist on the side.
I'm not at all a lobbyist. Lobbyists get paid.
That's true.
To say what
you're an activist.
I don't know what I am. I have I'm just a guy who questions authority, I think.
Okay. You're allowed to.
Yeah.
I think I questioned it too, and that's how I ended up with I started Powerhouse and we clicked.
Yeah. So no, I mean I think we should question everything, even on the golf course, right? Because how many thoughts have you ever seen the video of Phil Mickelson talking about thinking through a shot?
Yes, I did. Rich shared it with me.
And then I look at it and go, I'm just trying to hit the ball straight and make it go up in the air. Mm-hmm. And this guy's got like a millimeter difference in his grip because of the wind.
All the strategy that goes into it.
Yeah, so question everything is life and golf.
That's so true. Actually, on Monday, there was a lesson from golf. Have you watched the show Full Swing on Netflix?
I've seen some of the episodes, but I have like no attention span when it comes to TV. Because I wake up at 5 and I go till like 8 o'clock, and then by 8 to 9, I'm like toast. So if I turn it on, I'm falling asleep.
I am just I've always been fascinated with the mind of an athlete. But as of late, I'm like all dialed in on the mind of a golfer. And it is so interesting how, one, they're the product, right? Second, the people they revolve themselves with have to be of a certain mindset and very supportive, because it could really mess up their mindset during the game.
I got an idea. You gave me an idea. So when people join your organization, recommend to them this book.
Okay.
And if Rich already told you about it, I apologize for
Think
the
and Grow
redundancy.
Rich?
No, it's called The Inner Game of Golf.
Oh no, he hasn't. But I'll buy it today.
You should 100. You will love it. Based on what you just said, you will love this book.
Well, I'm a behavioral psychologist.
You're gonna really, really, really like this book.
Yes. All right. Awesome. Get the book, guys.
His name is Dr. Bob Rotelli or Rotella.
Okay.
But it's The Inner Game of Golf. The only downside that I found to the book is it's not available on audio. It's only you have to buy it.
Well, I don't mind reading it. I like highlighting.
Okay, so
and flipping the pages.
No problem. Then you're gonna be good to go.
Yeah. So if you watch Full Swing, you'll see like how they train themselves to be in a good headspace, because really that's most of the game, right? And then how the families have to support them, and like the team around them. And so they're very, very disciplined, and they're selfish. They have to be extremely selfish.
Being on a PGA tour is a full-time job. I mean,
they're traveling the whole year.
Yeah, I mean, and that's not the only thing. You know, you see them play Thursday to Sunday if they make it to Sunday. But they played a pro-am on Wednesday. They did a practice round or two on Tuesday. They were on the range on Monday. I mean, that is it. I mean, think about it. I mean, they practice all day, every day, and they still hit it in the water or the woods or the bushes sometimes.
Right.
So, like, if you don't practice at all and you're getting mad at your golf game, why?
I tell these ladies that all the time, because I have some ladies that are high. I mean, all of them are high achieving women, but you know the personality type, right? Like, I took one lesson, I should be great at this. And I'm like, no, guys, like even PGA, I mean, pros are never like great at it. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of time. Yeah. And I heard actually recently this woman at a networking event, she said to me, she was like, I dedicated 100 hours when I decided to take up golf. She was like, and it was the best thing I ever did.
That wasn't enough, probably.
And it's still not enough, exactly.
Still not enough. So no, it's one of those weird things where you could buy a swing speed trainer and a grip trainer and an arm trainer and all the other stuff, but if you don't use it, it's not going to actually work. So you can't buy it and say, oh, that, like, I have a grip trainer that I'll just practice my grip because Rich told, or my coach Sean Kicker, who used to be my co-host.
Oh, I spoke to him. He helped me get into a golf course in Key Biscayne.
Yeah, he's running all the youth programs for golf for Dade County now.
Oh wow, I had no idea.
He left First Tee, so he's Dade County again.
That's awesome.
But that's he worked at as the head pro and director of golf at a few clubs down there, so he knows.
Yeah, he knows everybody.
He knows Dade. I don't spend any time in Dade, but now I'm gonna have to go because he's gonna invite me to golf, and it would be rude to say no, obviously.
Well, we partnered with an organization called Biz Nation that's down in Miami.
Okay.
And they had a cohort of women that were doing a pitch competition. So I put together a lesson where these ladies had to pitch their businesses, but they didn't know who the mystery judges were. It was super cool.
Nice.
And also like to introduce another 50 women to the game of golf.
So is your Symphony Golf tournament going to be heavy with women then?
We're hoping.
Okay.
They should be. But I mean, I think it's going to be co-ed, I'm promoting it obviously to the community. Most of the ladies in our community have already joined. But we want everyone to join us because it's for a great cause.
Okay, and it's April 14th.
April 14th.
And you'll send me the link so that I can share it with the audience. Anything that you guys are doing that's really outside the box, or is it all the fun stuff that we can expect from any charity tournament?
So we are doing quite a few things. I'm in the process of finalizing a deal with a huge simulator company, golf simulator company that is currently in 32 states. Because I want to be able, well, we have just taken Powerhouse National. So thank you. Very exciting.
Very cool.
We have a member out in Seattle. We have a few members coming on in New York and New Jersey. And so I want to give them the option of having the same Powerhouse experience up north. That's happening. We just brokered a deal with a clothing company called For All.
Right, which you're
I'm wearing their jacket.
Really nice green jacket right before the Masters.
Yes.
Good timing.
So they've created a whole line just for Powerhouse members. So that's already out, and the ladies can't wait to get their outfits.
That's cool.
And then what we're doing is that we're having a gala in October.
Okay.
Where it's going to be a meshing fashion. I mean, you've gotten to know me really well in the last few years.
Yep.
Fashion is a big deal for me.
Right.
So we're meshing fashion and golf. So I'm picking a previous Met Gala theme.
You can get girls that don't play golf to that. I guarantee
That's the point. It's
guaranteed.
I'm hoping it's a lead generator.
I know ladies in business and through other channels that play golf just for the outfits.
So I'm picking a previous theme from the Met Gala.
Yeah.
And what we're going to be doing that night is that we're going to be giving out jackets, like the Masters, to our members that were mostly engaged, that brought in other members, that gave the most referrals within each other. So I'm looking forward to this because I know that hasn't been done.
Okay.
And For All has also partnered with me. So they have a Boss Babe jacket that we're going to be giving out to the ladies.
And if Augusta National is listening to this, it's not the same color.
It's green. Not. It's actually going to be black. It's not even going to be green. Don't worry.
Even better. I've heard stories. My friend Haley Weigel came on the show, and she told stories from when she's been to Augusta, and that one of her companies she worked for got sued by Augusta for having a similar color or scheme or logo scheme or something. I forget what it was, but they don't play around.
Thankfully, I have quite a few attorneys in Powerhouse, and they do a great job of making sure that I am safe.
That you don't get sued.
That I don't get sued.
You don't want Augusta on you, from what I'm told. So it's a black jacket. Calm down.
The green is inside.
Michelle alone.
Yeah, leave Powerhouse and Michelle alone. I've been through enough.
I'm used to giving disclaimers for my other show now, so I have to, I'm getting better at it because I have attorneys in my arsenal as well. So I want to end on this. I got one more question for you because I asked you how you guys have been successful breaking into the good old boys club, but now that you've created something special, how does a guy like me, for example, get to be playing golf with all these powerhouse women?
So we're going to be including some co-ed events.
Okay.
So scrambles or like full games. Because what I realized that a lot of the women have significant others that want to play with us. So, men are our allies. We love you guys. We want you to be our ambassadors.
Okay.
So we're definitely going to create space for you guys in Powerhouse.
Beautiful. I have another suggestion.
Please.
So my friend Dawn Smith from Gold Crown Golf Services, who runs tournaments and leagues and charity events and golf trips, that's her profession. That's what she does all day, every day.
That's awesome.
She and
I want to talk to her.
Well, 100%. She and I came up with the idea when I started the OnPar Foundation to have like a monthly golf outing where we limit it to like 16, 20, 24 players.
That's manageable.
And then we all have lunch afterwards.
I love that.
And it's a networking event. So what did she call it? Gold Par Networking is what she called it.
I love that. Do you do it on a weekday or weekend?
It's going to be on Wednesday mornings.
Okay.
The first one is actually a couple days after your tournament. It's on April 16th.
Okay.
I think we're starting at Davie, and we're going to kind of rotate it around with clubs that we have relationships with.
Okay.
Which is cool for me because a lot of our clients at Winners are golf clubs.
Yeah.
So when the Canadians and Northeasterners and the seasonal members leave in 3 weeks, then I can say, hey, look, you know what? We want to bring you a whole bunch of business on a Wednesday when there's not, a bunch of people on the course.
Yep, and they appreciate it.
Right.
I like that idea.
I mean, they'd really be doing it more as a favor because they're private clubs. Like they'd be like, oh yeah, it's cool. We've been a client for 20 years. Like we'll help you.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, and Plantation Preserve is one of the places on the list. I know you used to meet there all the time.
I'm playing there tomorrow.
And I'll be there. Well, by the time this episode comes out, I'll have already played in the Celebrity Broadcasters golf tournament.
Oh, that's so cool.
Which is on Saturday, this coming Saturday. So, but I'm playing Plantation Preserve then.
Oh, that's
too.
awesome.
So you're playing, and then I'm playing a couple days later, which is cool.
And I got invited to play Osprey this weekend.
Very nice. Are you going?
Of course.
I mean, sometimes weekends can be tough.
Oh, I'll do it.
All right. All right.
I have the bug. I'm doing it.
I love it.
But yeah, I mean, so we have that tournament on the 14th. April 1st, we're having a social mixer at Tower Club.
Okay.
So if anybody that's watching this is interested in Powerhouse, learning more about us, or networking with other high achieving women, you are all welcomed. All the information to absolutely every single, I feel like I have so many events.
Yeah.
And all the information is on powerhousegolfsociety.com. So PWRHAUS golfsociety.com. Every single event is up there.
Nice. Well, listen, I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
I'll make introductions for you to help you. And it's been a pleasure having you back on the podcast.
Oh, it's always a pleasure.
You're welcome to come back anytime. We can do this every couple months.
Let's do it because it's fun.
That's the idea. So thank you for listening to the OnPar podcast. I want to thank Michelle Caba from Powerhouse Golf and Fama Agency.
Thank you.
Thank you again. And thanks to our sponsors, Winners Award Group. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks for joining us on live. I hope you guys enjoyed this.